again, we're going to start, and they are going to sort of work the schedule tonight, so I'm not going to have you quote me on anything when it comes to like what events are going when. We'll just let you know that everything is going to be a final, and that's kind of all you need to know. We're down to the track again here. Again, still waiting for those results to come in on the 400 here. In the meantime, we are going to take it down to the steeplechase, which is going to be the next thing out on the track now here. So we are going to crown a champion. Only one timed final here for the steeplechase, by the way. So you got the one heat, 16 competitors in there. And again, just still waiting for those times to get added up in terms of points here. And we'll get you the rundown now on the women's steeplechase as well. Still trying to wait on those decathlon times. Those decathlon scores will come up, though. By the time this race is done or during this race, we will have them. So there's really no use in waiting around for them. So we will get down now for the 3K steeplechase on the women's side. It will be Lily Strelecki wearing number 1 for UMBC, Bailey Hall of UNH wearing number 2, Hope Tiska of Vermont. She's the 8 seed wearing number 3. Alina Staton of UVM wearing number 4. Caitlin Ioka. Ioka is the 3 seed wearing number 5 for UAlbany. Kennedy Taylor of Maine is wearing number 6. She's the 6 seed as well. Visalia Tracy, the 5 seed of Maine, is wearing number 7. Gabby DeAngelis, the 4 seed, is wearing number 8 for New Hampshire. Lauren Long is wearing number 9 for UMass Lowell. Isabel Berardino of Bryant is the 7 seed wearing number 10. Helen Shearer of Maine, the 2 seed, the Army transfer. Of course, a champion in the Patriot League back in 2021. She's out there for Maine wearing number 11. Jennifer Moy, the defending champion and the number 1 seed out of Binghamton, is wearing number 12. Britta Zetterstrom of Vermont wearing number 13. Lena Takahashi of UMass Lowell is wearing number 14. Caitlin McNamara of Maine is wearing number 15. And Grace Delisle of Vermont is wearing number 16. Yeah, and still waiting on the those decathlon results to get into us.
And the group of enthusiastic fans are cheering for the Maine runners.
Of course they are. Of course they are. And again, yeah, still waiting to tabulate the results from that 400-meter dash on the men's decathlon. Again, once we have that update scoring-wise, we'll get it to you. All right, Ryan, distance, your thing, but steeplechase?
Steeplechase is kind of its own beast.
It really is.
Yeah, that's obviously it's a distance event, but there's a lot of strength involved here. You know, like if you're not strong enough to handle the jumps and the landing, especially later in the race, I mean, you've seen races that even the professional level lost in the last lap just because people are getting tired. So it takes a lot of training to be able to handle those landings in the water jump.
Now, you know, one might say that having conditions like this is not necessarily so bad for a steeplechase. You're already dealing with a water hazard.
Yeah.
So if the track is wet, what difference does it make?
You know, they're all wearing spikes, so I don't think they're going to be, you know, slipping around or anything like that. I guess if there is one event that you're going to get wet in anyways, it would be the steeplechase.
So it's not going to doesn't change things
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
much, I
yeah.
guess, is what I'm trying to say.
But you know, if you sometimes later in the race you might see some people put their foot on a jump and step off it or step through it.
Okay.
Swing back over and if they get a bad plant or something like that, maybe there could be a slip there, something like that.
So we do have an update now from the decathlon after the 400 there. It was Derek Monroe who had the fastest time at 49.89. Second was Brendan Riley. Third was Ben Terrio. And fourth was Brennan Delaney. Jackson King. Those are the 5 guys we're really watching to be in contention for this. What does that do to the standings? It shuffled them a little bit, but we're kind of in the same spot we were before. Brendan Riley is now the new leader, but he's leading Brennan Delaney by only 44 points, so that is a far from conclusive 44-point lead after 5 events. Derek Monroe is still sitting there in third place, 190 points back, so he is capable of making that strike as well on day number 2. Ben Terrio, again, who is just kind of out of nowhere here, for Maine at he's 269 points back at 35.03. Jackson King of Vermont 34.15, and that's your top 5 there for the men's decathlon. Now we take a look down here as we're tracking things in the women's steeplechase. And right now it is Helen Shearer who had the lead after the second lap for the University of Maine. As they come around that back turn and towards the front, it is still Shearer leading the way through the water hazard.
They're at about 10:45 pace right now.
And Shearer got a teammate behind her here. That's Veselia Tracy.
Yeah, it's not surprising that we're seeing a little bit of breaking up of the group here with that pace, because a number of these athletes' PRs are in the 11 range.
By the way, Jennifer Moy up near the front, too, the defending champion. Of course, you got to keep an eye on her. And as you do look at seed times, you've got 5 competitors that are good for under 11 minutes. But you've got 2, really, Moy and Shearer, who are good for right around 10.5. And then when you want to take a look at PRs, Helen Shearer, it's been a few years since she's done it, but her PR is 10:11:24, which is pretty fast. Did that when she was with Army, however, and not at Binghamton. She is the school record holder, by the way, in the event, or not for Binghamton. She's not in the school record holder there, but because that's Aziza Shigatayeva, who has the record under 10 minutes, 9:58:92 in 2023.
So the laps have gotten faster each time here with Shearer leading the way. So,
obviously a good sign. That we're going to be in for something here. I think we're going to have a really good competition down the stretch between Shearer and Jennifer Moy. But then you've got Veselia Tracy, who's also in there. And, Tracy is one of those sub-11-minute runners, but does not quite necessarily come with the accolades of those that are around her right now. But then again, this is a distance race. We've had a long day. Things could be shaken up for some of these competitors. And right now, running with your teammate in something like this obviously is an advantage as well.
Yeah, and they probably do workouts together, so she's probably comfortable running next to her teammate. So why not race next to her? Maybe it was game plan going in.
Caitlin Ioka in 4th place right now for UAlbany. She's being trailed closely by Gabby DeAngelis of UNH. And that rounds out your top 5. But you got times in there at about 1:21. So the leaders, that lead pack of 3, all under 1:22 for their laps. So they're starting to pull away here.
Oh, yeah, this gap is growing, and it looks like there's tiny it's building already.
And it's turned into a 1-2, because now you've got a separation back there with Veselia Tracy. By the way, finished, again, it's a 10:58:51 as a PR. You might want to take a look out for Caitlin Ioka and Gabby DeAngelis. Both are also very capable runners. Ioka finished 4th a year ago, also finished 5th in 2022, 10th in 2021. She's been out there running for a while.
Still on pace for, I would say, something maybe around a sub 10:40.
Yeah, we've got some fast times out. And again, you're not the record for this event also something that's going to be untouchable. 9:49:16.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's Laura Rose Donegan from New Hampshire back in 2016. Right now it is Shearer and Jennifer Moy up front.
Yeah, this event was important to get in today for a lot of these athletes because they are doubling. A lot of these athletes are doubling with the 5K, and that would be a very tough double in one day.
And you got some of these athletes also running the 15.
Yeah, yep.
So,
exactly.
but you have some of them are splitting between the 15 and the 3. And again, we are able to get these events in. We've just been sitting around for a long time. We're hoping we'd have been out of here by now, and that's not the case. But whatever. You stay a little late. You watch a little more track. We had some free food. We got to hang out in the press box up here. So the accommodations at least are nice here at the University of New Hampshire. This press box is as good as they get. This is good enough for a high D1 press box.
Shearer's been going at about a 121 lap per lap here for 3 in a row.
And Jennifer Moy right there as well, 121.90, actually a little bit 800ths of a second faster. That's nothing out there where these two are going right now. And they are side by side. So this is the matchup the rest of the way. And it looks like Moy is going for the lead here. Shearer's right there. These two are battling.
Oh, this is going to be a fun race.
This could be coming down to just like one hurdle, one water hazard, one piece of lap traffic like this right here where Shearer now getting pinned in there, able to get around, and that is a competitor pulling out of the race.
Although they were almost identical going over that last barrier.
Correct. They were in sync.
Yep. And it looks like Moy really making a move here.
That was Lena Takahashi, by the way, who just came out of the race after getting passed. And Jennifer Moy is pulling away, but here's Shearer.
Shearer's not going away.
She's not going anywhere. She's trying to close the gap a little bit. You can see her pushing.
Yep.
But Moy, again, the defending champ here, two times on the podium, going for her third. She finished third in the event. And at 2023, ninth back in 2022. And she's looking to continue her run as a champion and give.
Moy came out of the water a lot smoother. That's why you see a little gap, more of a gap.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Those are the things that can get you because when you're pacing the way Moy is with Shearer, there's no room for error.
No.
And I think that, that water hazard gave Jennifer Moy a really, really big advantage. And now Shearer is going to have to kick here to get back into it. I don't know if she's got it. I don't know if anyone would have it against Moy right now. She's running really strong.
Yeah, that last lap, she really picked it up.
So this could be the Jennifer Moy show, the bell lap here one more time around, and it does look like Moy is going to run this thing going away. Question is she going to knock out a PR? Probably. She's got a chance at hitting a PR here. If she goes another $1:20 around the track, she's going to come in around 10:20. And her her PR in this event is 10:33.79.
She's on it right now,
She's going to crush that.
Yeah, she's putting it down over there on the backstretch.
Yeah, she's pulling away in the back straightaway. And again, Helen Shearer running a strong race as well back there for the University of Maine. Maine's going to get a few competitors up near the front here as Vesalia Tracy is also in third. Gabby DeAngelis of New Hampshire was in fourth at that last cross of the line. They are pretty spread out on the track, so the final positions are a foregone conclusion at this point.
If you look at the track right now and didn't know what was going on, there are runners everywhere.
It is
spread out so much.
It's about as spread out as you can get. Here's Jennifer Moy coming fast down the front straightaway here as she's approaching the finish line for her second straight America East Steeplechase Championship. Rain delays, whatever. We're still crowning champs here on a Saturday. What you come in with?
10:17.
10:17.89. That absolutely demolishes her PR. Jennifer Moy is a champion once again in the America East Steeplechase.
And Maine got a few points there with second and third.
Yeah, Maine getting a good showing out of that one. 10:26.96 for Helen Shearer. And Vesalia Tracy, 10:33.85. By the way, Shearer's time, that is a new Maine school record, by the way. So when I said record before, looking at that 10:38.28, that means her fast time this season is a school record for Maine. She just broke that at 10:26.96. By the way, Vesalia Tracy would have also broken that at 10:33.85.
Wow.
Gabby DeAngelis coming in fourth. Caitlin Ioka fifth for UAlbany. Lily Strelecki of UMBC sixth. Isabel Berardino of Bryant was seventh. Hope Tiska of Vermont finishing in eighth place. And that will do it for our steeplechase here, women's steeplechase, and a fast one. You had a school record in there. You had a PR on top. And now we can move on to the men's 3K steeplechase. And this will be our final event of the day, we promise. And again, we will have an absolute loaded day tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be nuts.
Yeah, all finals all day.
All finals all day, throughout the day. But we will take it down the track, and then one more time here, we will have the men's steeplechase. Going to have two time finals here. First one will feature Kyle McClellan of Maine. He will be wearing number 1. Evan Halby of Bryant will be wearing number 2. Matthew Allen of New Hampshire wearing number 3. Devin Finn of UAlbany wearing number 4. Alexander Howarth of Vermont will be wearing number 5. So a small field for the first group of 5 to get out there for this steeplechase. By the way, your top seed will be Jamison Sparks of Vermont. Chance for the Catamounts to pick up their first gold here on the weekend. Jed Elmbarkey will also have something to say about that. Charlie Collins of Maine, the 3 seed in there as well. And you can't forget the 2-time defending champion, Joseph Young of UMass Lowell, has a time this season in 9:09:30. He's 4th when it comes to the seeding, grad student out of Dorchester, but he has